guys, Fitcho here, and welcome back to the Rosberg Career. We're here for part number 17, the Mexican Grand Prix at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. But it's the third last round of the season, and we have a 9-point advantage over Lewis Hamilton. Now, this is going to get very interesting as we head towards the end of the season, and I think this is going to be a very pivotal race in the championship. I think if I can get the win here, that could just be the breathing room that could get us through to win the championship. But if I don't get the win here and Hamilton closes back up to 2 points behind us, this is going to be a very interesting championship. Now, I'm 9 points ahead, I should say. So if I win here, I will move to about 16 points in front. Yeah, 16 points in front. And then if Lewis then wins the next two races in Brazil and Abu Dhabi, all I have to do to win the championship is finish second. So, like I said, I think this could be a very, very pivotal race in this championship as we head to the end of the season. But in terms of this track, it's an okay track. I'm starting to get the hang of it. At first, I really didn't like it. I found the S section quite tricky, but I started to get the hang of it and found a nice setup that worked here and got into a really good rhythm, and I'm about 1.5 seconds quicker than Lewis Hamilton here, so things are looking very good for us in terms of the championship, like I just said, but I'm running quite low wings here, and as we all know, this is a very, very, very long run to the first corner. And like I've said many times before, I do the one-shot qualifying before a race and then pause at the last corner and retire, so I start last. And you know how you can sort of see the ghost of this? If you're in the lead, you can see the ghost of the second car. If you're anywhere else, you can see the ghost of the first car. By the first corner, the ghost of the second car was about 3 or 4 car lengths behind me. So I'm very quick in a straight line here, so this could be very, very interesting down this front straight into the first corner in this first lap. But anyway, before we get into the race, I was going to mention something. Someone pointed it out in the comments of the last video. We have now actually wrapped up the constructors. We have won, and also in terms of the drivers, both Ferraris are out of the running, so it's only me or Lewis can win the championship from here. But anyway, let's look at the race strategy. Like it always is, it is pretty much the same, and I'm going to go for the option strategy like I always do. I don't know why. Sometimes it's different, like last race, but anyway, we're on the options. Here we go, at the back of the grid. It is the Mexican Grand Prix, the first ever Mexican Grand Prix. We've got 5 lights. Lights out and away we go. And shut up, Jeff. I want to hear my engine, even though it sounds like a vacuum cleaner. We've got off to an okay start. We're going to pull to the inside of Will Stevens as we now run down to the first corner, which is a very, very, very long way away. It'll break somewhere about here. Sneak up the inside. Oh, we're being tagged! We're being tagged on the inside by... It was a Force India, I knew that much. But we have been pushed all the way back to last place here in Mexico. And that is not the start we wanted here, as we could put ourselves pretty much in the driving seat for this championship and almost wrap it up here today. Not officially, but I think we could if we can win here. And that happens as we just go sneakily around the outside of Mary, now up the inside of Fernando Alonso. Got to push through this field very quickly now, because usually we can make up 4 or 5 places at the start. And now I've got an extra 4 or 5 cars I'm going to have to overtake to win this race. Can we sneak up the inside of Stevens? Yes, with a much better exit out of the S section. Now we've got Jenson Button in front of us. We've got the inside of the stadium hairpin. We've got that move done very nicely. Now we've got Marcus Ericsson right in front of us, who we can probably do straight down the straight. That'll be quite an easy overtake. If we can get a decent exit, so we now jump into the slipstream of Marcus Ericsson. We are not really gaining too much. Now we are. We're gaining, pulling to the inside. Up the inside, let's not stick our nose up the inside of Pastor Maldonado there. Try and get a much better exit out of this turn. Get right in his slipstream. pulled to the inside, up into this left-hander, late on the brakes, almost up the inside of Kvyat. I think better of it. Got the move on Maldonado. We're now up into 14th place. Can we make a move on Daniel Kvyat into this double apex right-hand hairpin? Yes, we can. But he's He's held it beautifully around our outside, and now we've gone clean around his outside into the S section. We're up into 13th place now. Now I've got the hometown hero, Sergio Perez, and the crowd's gonna hate me if I pass him in the stadium section, but I'm gonna do it anyway. We're gonna go up the inside of Sergio Perez into the stadium hairpin, and we've got the move done for 12th place now. We're moving up the field very quickly here, to be honest. It's very, very nice. We've now got the two Toro Rossos right in front of us. Hopefully, we can do them down this straight pretty easy with their Renault engines, but we have got a bit of a gap to them now, so we might not be able to do it into turn 1. But then on the next DRS straight, we should be close enough, assuming we get a pretty decent run through this first turns 1, 2, and 3 here. We're now right on the back of Carlos Sainz. Put the power down, up through the gears. Oh, I didn't get DRS. It's lap 3. DRS should be activated for this straight, but it's not. Boy, just going to throw it up his inside anyway. And we're now up into P11. Okay, I think we got a much better run through that S section than Max Verstappen. We're going to pull to his inside as we go 90 degrees right hand into the stadium section and into the points. I thought about a cheeky move on Romain Grosjean there, and then thought better of it as we were a bit too far back. We should have DRS here down this pit straight. We didn't get the best exit. We're going to chuck it up into Rich Mix to try and make something. Okay, we are on optimal. He was just talking to me about the engine. I got a bit confused there. I wasn't paying enough attention, but we are way too far back down the pit straight. But now, down this next DRS straight, we're going to be a lot closer. We've got a much better exit than Romain Grosjean, even with that tank slapper. And we're now running on his outside down towards this left-hander. So we're going to be on his outside, but we have outbroken him down the outside and got the move done for 9th place. Can we look to make a move past the Australian? A better run through the S section. And we're up the inside into the stadium section. We changed down one too many gears, but also get Nico Hulkenberg in the process. And we're up into 7th with a cheeky little double overtake there. And now we're on the back of Felipe Nasr. Let's try and get a decent exit out of this final turn. Something I do struggle with this track is I find it a little bit difficult to get the power down, and that has compromised me down this straight, as you saw the previous few laps. And to be honest, I'm more worried about Hulkenberg coming back at us than Nasr is at us, to be honest. Broken a bit early there, but we're okay. Try and get the run out of turns 2 and 3 on Felipe Nasr. We have to go to the outside. He's got his car parked right on the inside. We're going to just outbrake him right around the outside. We'll give him some room. But it's going to turn to the inside for this right-hander. And we've got the move up into 6th. Okay, end of lap 6. And we're going to be coming into the pit lane for our first stop of this 3-stop strategy, I believe it is. And the team's not ready for us. Oh, come on, Mercedes. That is frankly pathetic, but we have fitted another set of the option tyres. Lewis Hamilton came in on the same lap. Why would you bring both of us in on the same lap when we actually weren't too far apart on the track? So that is another fuck up in terms of strategy from the Mercedes crew, which is rather annoying and set us back a second or two. It's not that much, but it's just rather frustrating, and it just means I've got a bit more work to do if I want to win this race. Okay, we've got a bit of a trio of 2 Ferraris and Valtteri Bottas having a bit of a scrap right in front of us, and we're going to make this a 4-way battle for what I believe is going to be 3rd place. And I'm not sure where Massa fits in, because I think before the stops he was in this little scrap, but he could possibly be on an alternate strategy. I really don't know, but we've got to run through the S's. We're going to pull to the inside as we head into the stadium section as Raikkonen passes Alonso, who's obviously yet to pit. Not a chance in hell he would be battling with his old team with the way McLaren has gone this season. But Vettel's parking it a lot as Alonso, he's not parking it necessarily. Alonso right in front of him absolutely parked it in that final corner. We have got DRS, slipstream, and a run on Sebastian Vettel. We pull to the inside. And we've got to remember to change our gears there. I almost forgot. And we are now up into 4th place as we head down into turn number 1. Okay, clearly both McLarens are on alternate strategies as Button's absolutely parking and we got a massive run on Raikkonen through the S's as Button held him up massively and we went 3 wide and made a bit of contact and I had a really bad run into that stadium section. He almost switched back us, but we have made the move successfully up into 2nd place. Raikkonen's coming. He's coming. He's pulling to our inside as we go down into turn number 1. I'm going to have to concede that position to the Iceman. Let's see if we can get a better run onto this 2nd DRS straight. And in Mexico, you operate off 1 DRS detection point. So he's the one with the DRS. But even with the DRS, I had the much better run and have gone back up his inside for 2nd place. Okay, end of lap 13, and we're coming into the pit lane for our 2nd stop of the race, and again, I believe we are fitting another set of the option tyres. Now, the question is, where are we going to come out in comparison to Lewis Hamilton, as he stopped 1 lap before us? How effective was that undercut? And I'm going to guess it was quite effective, because on that very last lap, the tyres sort of fell off the cliff, if you know what I mean. And I was too busy commentating, I forgot to put my foot on the accelerator, and I've lost out even more coming out of the pit lane. Oh.
Uh-oh, retard alert!
That's a retard moment right there. We've got a much better run through the S's on Daniel Ricciardo, and we're going to go up his inside into the stadium section. But he is most definitely out of sync in this race, and I'm guessing he's probably going to come in this lap, but to be honest, I don't really care too much right now, as I have maneuvered my way past him, and he actually hasn't pitted, surprisingly. He might be on an alternate strategy, but as you can see, the gap is now 3.4 to Hamilton, so we lost out by about a second to that undercut of his, which is a bit annoying, but I guess he is the lead car, so he gets first choice on the strategy, so I guess it's fair. Look who it is. It's Lewis Hamilton. We have a mega run out of the S's. We're going to go straight up his inside, run him wide off the track, and take 2nd place of this race as Felipe Massa is still in front and hasn't pitted by the looks of things. Nope, there he goes into the pit lane as I say that. So we have just passed Felipe Massa, who's in the pit, so we are now leading the Mexican Grand Prix. Okay, end of lap number 20, and we are in the pits for our 3rd and final stop. I believe we're going to be fitting... No, okay, we've fitted more options, so we've got another stop after this. But I think it was on my Russia video, I got a few comments saying I can't possibly be on Legend AI. I can't be over a second quicker than the AI and it be on Legend. So I'm just going to go to the race director. There you go, I am actually on Legend AI. I just wanted to show you that because people for some reason started doubting that I was on Legend on the hardest difficulty in the game. So there is proof, but we have slowly been extending our advantage over Hamilton. Those about 3 or 4 laps after I passed him, we got the gap out to about 4 seconds. It was about a second a lap, and he has tried the undercut on us, but it has not worked at all. He is still a long way back. Okay, there's Kimi Räikkönen. We've got a massive run on him. I didn't even pay any attention. I didn't even notice he was there until we were literally about to hit the back of him. That's why I was so late commentating that. But we have made a move past Kimi Räikkönen into the lead of this race. So I believe Kimi is on some sort of alternate strategy. I'm not 100% sure. But he's actually just pulled into the pit lane at the end of that lap. Okay, end of lap 26, and we come in for what I believe is going to be our 4th stop of this race, and our final stop of this race, as we do fit the white wall medium or prime tyres, and we will be going to the end from here. Yes, we will be going to the end from here. I've actually got a fair bit of fuel saved up. I'm surprised considering I've been in standard the entire time and went even rich for a little bit. But we had about 15 seconds over Lewis Hamilton at the end of that stint. And he has also came into the pits on the exact same lap. So I wonder if he got effed over by the Mercedes pit crew not being ready for him like they did for me on my first stop. Okay, we're going to round the final corner at Mexico, lose the back end a little bit, but we're going to win the inaugural Mexican Grand Prix. Well, not exactly Oh, wow, I can't speak. We have won the Mexican Grand Prix, the first Mexican Grand Prix since 1992, and that was a very, very comfortable win in the end, winning by about 23 seconds over Lewis Hamilton at the end of that race. That was a brilliant race from us, a brilliant drive from us, and that could just be the last, it could just put a dagger into Lewis Hamilton's title chances. I think we've got this in the bag now. I don't want to say too much, but I think we're sort of now at the position where it's ours to lose the championship, really. But there is confirmation. Nico Rosberg, we have won the... I can't speak. I should just give up on this commentary thing right now. Oh, wow. But we have won the Mexican Grand Prix from Lewis Hamilton, then Kimi Raikkonen taking the final step on the podium. Then we got Felipe Massa, Sebastian Vettel, Valtteri Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo, Carlos Sainz, Daniel Kvyat, and Romain Grosjean rounding out the points. Then outside the points we have Jenson Button, Felipe Nasr, Fernando Alonso, Nico Hülkenberg, Sergio Perez, Pastor Maldonado, Marcus Ericsson, Will Stevens, Roberto Merri, and Max Verstappen has not finished today's race. Now, I just want to go back onto the race directory. As I mentioned before, a lot of people have been doubting that I use Legend AI, and again, reiterating the point, there is proof I do use Legend AI, but if we just go have a look at the championship standings, we are now 16 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton, with 2 races left in this championship. Now, if Lewis wins the wins the next 2 races, and we come second in the next 2 races, he will gain 14 points on us. So, all we have to do from here on out to win this championship is finish second in the next 2 races. It doesn't matter if Lewis wins, all we have to do is finish second in the next 2 races to win this championship. And going into Brazil, if we win the race and Hamilton comes third, we will win the championship, but not if he comes second. That's where the championship stands at the moment. We are most definitely in the driving seat now. Like I said earlier, it's now at the point where the championship is ours to lose. We really are in a nice spot here to win the championship. Assuming nothing unforeseen happens, we should be able to win this championship quite comfortably, I think. But if we have a look at... There's no point looking at the constructors. I've said this at the start of the episode. But we have actually wrapped up the constructors, like I said at the start of the episode. We're now 208 points ahead of Ferrari. And I just want to apologize for this appalling commentary at the end of the race. I don't know, just... Sometimes I just lose the plot, I guess. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this race. If you have, make sure to leave a like. If you're new around here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.